I'm going to talk to you today about things that people start accepting after 50 that they really shouldn't. My name is Karyn from Pilates Body Centre, and one thing that I hear quite often from new clients is, well, I suppose it's my age. And usually they're talking about something that has gradually caught up on them. Perhaps they're feeling it's a little harder to get up from the floor. Maybe they're feeling a little bit less steady on uneven ground. They've started using the handrail on the stairs, or carrying shopping feels more tiring than it used to. What's interesting that these changes often happen so gradually that we stop noticing them and we adapt. We avoid things. We become a little bit more careful. And before we know it, we've accepted a lower level of strength and confidence that we had years ago. Now, I'm certainly not suggesting that our bodies don't change as we get older. Of course they do. But I do think we sometimes blame age for things that are actually related to strength. Let me give you an example. I often ask people whether they can comfortably go down to the floor and back up again. Not because I expect everyone to sit on the floor all day, but because it's a really useful indicator of overall strength, mobility, and balance. Many people are surprised by how difficult it is. Maybe not impossible, maybe impossible, but harder than they remember. The same is true when I watch people walk upstairs. Sometimes they're pulling themselves up with the handrail rather than using their legs. Again, it's often subtle. They don't even notice it themselves. But these are little cues that strength may be declining. Another thing that I notice people do often is they become less confident in their movement. Perhaps they avoid uneven paths. Perhaps they hesitate before stepping down off the curb. Perhaps standing on one leg while getting dressed feels a little bit less secure. And what many people think of as a balance problem is often partly a strength issue. When we lose our balance, our muscles have to react to keep us upright. The stronger and more responsive where our muscles are, the better chance we have of recovering. And then there are all those everyday tasks that don't seem significant at first. Carrying shopping, lifting a suitcase, getting out of a low chair, turning quickly, reaching overhead. These are things that we tend not to think about until they become more difficult. What concerns me isn't that the changes happen. What concerns me is when people assume there's nothing they can do about them, because in most cases there is. I've worked with clients in their 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s that have become noticeably stronger. They move more easily and feel more confident. They're able to do things that had gradually become more difficult. Not because of anything extraordinary. We've simply challenged the body in the right way. The body responds remarkably well when we give it a reason to. One of the reasons I love Pilates is that we're not just working on one thing. We're building strength. We're improving mobility. We're developing balance and helping people move with confidence. It's not about trying to look younger. It's about maintaining the ability to do the things we want to do for as long as possible. So if you've started noticing little changes on how you move, don't automatically assume it's something you have to accept. It may simply be your body asking for you to challenge it differently. And that's good news, because strength, mobility and balance is something we can work on. I'd love to know if you've noticed any of the things I've talked about today, so leave a comment. And if you'd like more advice, staying strong, mobile and active as you get older, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.